Everyone, please check, am I audible or not? Let me know once I'm audible. Okay, great. So now my voice is coming. Hello and welcome everyone. A very good evening to all of you. We are back with another webinar, and when I say we, that means that I am not alone here. And yes, today also I am here with a group, and we are here to talk about a very special event that is going to happen tonight in the sky. And do you know what's the occasion? The occasion is very special. And that special occasion is the gas giant planet Jupiter, the biggest planet of our solar system, is going to be the brightest and is going to come at the nearest point to us tonight. That means Jupiter is going to be at opposition. Now, what is opposition? What does that mean? Technically, what happens in opposition? Why it is important to talk about opposition? Everything we are going to discuss in the webinar. I hope you all are excited. I am excited too. Why? Because today we have three components, and one of the component is the live observation. Yes, you heard it right. One of the component is live observation. Though there is something which is happening out right now in the sky, and that something is clouds. By bad luck, there are clouds out in the sky, but we are hoping for the sky to get clear. As the sky is showing right now, means from last 2 hours, few of the clouds have moved, and we are waiting. We are hoping that we can get some clear stills of Jupiter, Saturn, and any other celestial object if it will be present outside. So, to start my webinar, first, let me introduce you to the whole team or to all the people who are present here. Right, so today we are a team of 1, 2, 3, and 4 people at first who are going to start up the webinar, and later there are few more members who are going to join in and who will help us at the time of observation. Right, so I am going to call upon on stage the members of the iAstronomer Space Astronomy Club. Yes, and many of you who are joining are also the part of iAstronomer. So guys, they are your batchmates. So let's welcome Tanisha, Arshia, and Jasraj. So all three of you, I welcome everybody. I hope you all can see them on the screen. So hello Tanisha, how are you? Hi Arshia, and hello Jasraj. Are you guys excited for today's webinar?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All set?
Yes,
Excited.
most of all, I think many people can get the answers.
Very good. So let me tell you, everybody, that why a team of 4 people? So let me start. Let me be very clear over here. Right. So Tanisha and Arshia, they are going to guide you about the opposition. They will give you a basic idea that what exactly the word opposition means, what happens in its geometry. They have some videos, some information part. They have some information with them to share with you all, right? Some basic information. Then Master Jasraj will come with some of the questions to test up your knowledge. Right. So let's see how many of you will listen us attentively. Right. So Jasraj, are you all set with your questions, right? Great. So if you are ready, that means and let me take this answer from the audience as well. Are you all ready for today's webinar? Shall we start? So without wasting much time, let me just hand over the stage to Tanisha and Ashia. So Tanisha and Ashia, stage is all yours. Share your presentation and start up the webinar.
Good evening, everyone. This is Asha with my team. Good evening, everyone. This is Asha with my team members Jasraj and Tanisha. We welcome you all to today's webinar about Jupiter opposition. Before we begin, let's understand some facts and different things about Jupiter.
Born from primordial stardust 4.5 billion years ago, Jupiter was the solar system's first planet. And much like its namesake, the king of the ancient Roman gods, Jupiter was destined for greatness. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun and the largest planet in the solar system. At approximately 11 Earths wide, Jupiter has twice the amount of mass as the other planets put together. But unlike Earth and the three other terrestrial worlds, Jupiter has no solid surface. It may not even have a traditionally solid core. Rather, this giant planet may have a dense liquid center surrounded by a worldwide ocean of hydrogen and helium gases. Jupiter's gaseous composition can be observed in its atmosphere. About 44 miles thick, the atmosphere is a canvas of stripes and storms churning across the giant planet. Their colors range between shades of whites, yellows, browns, and reds, all caused by the different chemical makeup of each area. Probably the most iconic feature of Jupiter is a crimson-brown storm that's been raging for over 300 years, the Great Red Spot. It's a giant swirling collection of clouds with wind speeds of up to 400 miles per hour, at least 2.5 times faster than Category 5 hurricanes. Floating hundreds of miles above the storms of Jupiter are about 79 moons, the most of the 8 known planets. The 4 largest moons were discovered by Galileo in 1610. Called the Galilean Satellites, they include Io, the most volcanically active celestial body in the solar system, Ganymede, the solar system's largest moon, even larger than the planet Mercury, and Callisto and Europa, which, along with Ganymede, may contain oceans of liquid water underneath their crusts. Jupiter's large collection of moons is only made possible by the planet's massive size and gravitational pull, the strongest of all the planets in the solar system. This incredible gravity also influenced the sizes of the 7 other planets. During the solar system's earliest days, Jupiter, being the first planet to form, attracted and destroyed space debris that would have helped the other planets grow in size. Today, that force may serve as a shield by attracting comets and asteroids onto Jupiter's own surface, preventing them from crashing onto inner planets like Earth. Apart from the Sun, Jupiter has become the dominant figure in the solar system, thereby earning its place at the top of the planetary heap as king.
Okay, so let's now know about some facts about Jupiter. The Jupiter is the biggest planet of our solar system. The Jupiter is also called the vacuum cleaner of our solar system. Jupiter saves our Earth. Jupiter saves our Earth from asteroids by its impressive gravitational force, which we already saw in that video. Its atmosphere is mostly formed by helium gas and hydrogen gas, just like the Sun. It is one of the planets that can be seen with naked eye. What is an opposition, you ask, my friends? When a planet is in opposition, it means that it is at its closest point to Earth and directly opposite the Sun. In simple words, you can say the Earth is between any planet and Sun. So similarly, Jupiter opposition is the time period when Earth is in between Jupiter and Sun. This is a video to show the Jupiter opposition in a very short form. Yeah, so if you see now, the Jupiter, the Earth, and the Sun, see, yeah, the Earth is in between of Sun and Jupiter. This is a straight line, so this is called the period of opposition.
Thank you, Arshia, for explaining us so far what is an opposition and how magnificent Jupiter is. But now talking about when is the Jupiter opposition. So the Jupiter opposition can be seen best tomorrow at 1 a.m. in the night. Tomorrow it will be at the closest and it will be at a perfect alignment. So now you are ready to see it. When is the opposition? Now where to watch the Jupiter opposition? So the Jupiter opposition can be seen in the south, in the Aquarius constellation, also known as the Southern Occurrence. We will demonstrate this through the software Stellarium so that you can use it tomorrow or today while you're seeing Jupiter.
To watch Jupiter opposition, it's really easy, even though if you don't have a telescope. So first you just need to open Stellarium and then you'll just set the time to, date to 20, 20, when we can see the Jupiter opposition. So then in the Stellarium, just keep it like this and search for Jupiter. I think that is Jupiter. No, that's not Jupiter. Okay, first let's do these, so that we can see more clearly. Here is Jupiter. It was staying always here. So to observe Jupiter from Earth, you need to point your eyes towards the southeast direction, and then you will find a constellation named Southern Aquarius. Beside that, you'll find Jupiter, and from there, you can just click a photo, or you can see it, you can observe it. So, thank you. Why is the opposition important? Some of the best times to see planets in the night sky occurs when they are at opposition. During opposition, the planet appears at its largest and the brightest period, and it is above the horizon for much of the night. It is regarded as a very wonderful time for astronomers to explore it. These are some images clicked during the Jupiter opposition.
Okay, so now you have learned what the opposition is and where is the time, where is it located, and everything else. So now it's time to get ready and to pack up things and to get ready for the opposition. So what do you think should be the most important thing we need for the Jupiter opposition? Two of the most important things, you can have any one of them. It could be either a telescope or binoculars. You can use a camera, a DSLR camera if available, or you can also use a phone camera, anything which gives you a clearer image of Jupiter. You can use a sky map like Stellarium or any other software which helps you navigate the position of Jupiter in the night sky. So I hope you are ready for I hope you're ready to witness the opposition, and you have learned what is the opposition, where is it, and you can take up all the materials and get ready to witness the opposition. Now over to you, Jashraj, to test everyone how much they could understand.
Okay, so before Jasraj or anyone come in, okay, let me take the stage. Okay, Jasraj, you have to wait for some time, right? I hope you won't mind. So I want to ask every one of you, how many of you understood what exactly Jupiter opposition is? I want to involve you guys in, because see, in short and very concise way, these two kids have made you understood that what exactly is the opposition. Okay, where you have to look, when you have to look. But I just want to know how many of you were able to register all of these things. Tell me, how many of you were able to register? Okay, so let me just quickly revise a few pointers, because the quiz that you are going to get might have a question or two from this. Right. So Tanisha and Arshia, a very nice presentation. Thank you for enlightening all of us about the Jupiter opposition. So from where we started, right? First of all, what is opposition? See, whenever we talk about word opposition, it has a word opposite in it. Now, who is opposite to whom? So whenever we talk about, see, it's a celestial event, or it's a phenomena from which we can observe from Earth. So we are always in the game. Okay, so whenever we talk about opposition, it's a game of three people. One is an observer. For today, observer is us humans, kids, whomsoever is watching this webinar. Okay, now who's the second player? Second player is Jupiter for sure, because Jupiter, it's Jupiter's opposition, right? Second player is Jupiter. The third player in the game is Sun, right? Now to simplify opposition, see who is opposite to whom. Let me tell you, Earth is there in the center. Sun is on one side and the planet is on the other side. So that means Sun and the planet, they're exactly opposite to each other. With respect to whom? With respect to the Earth. Now, what will happen if Jupiter will be exactly opposite? So if the Jupiter will be exactly opposite, we know one thing, that Sun being the biggest source of light, it is going to give light to the Jupiter as well, right? And as Jupiter is exactly in the front, exactly 50% part of the Jupiter, or I can say the maximum surface of the Jupiter will be lit up. And that's why oppositions are important. Now you can imagine one thing, a body which is at an average 750 million kilometers away will get the maximum light. And as it is getting the maximum light, we'll be able to see the maximum detail. And that's why we are here for on the day of observation, or on the day of opposition, right? So that we can enjoy the best view. Very good. Now I can see here. Very good kids, those who have answered that when the earth is in between the sun and Jupiter. Okay, someone is saying Hindi. So let me explain the same thing in Hindi as well. क्या होता है, हम सबको पता है कि धरती हमारे सोलर सिस्टम में सूर्य का चक्कर काट रही है, राइट? सन कहाँ पे? सेंटर में, धरती उसके आसपास घूम रही है, बाहर मार्स है, धरती के आगे जुपिटर है। तो एक टाइम ऐसा आ सकता है जब धरती अपनी जगह पे घूम रही हो और सूरज और जुपिटर के एग्जैक्टली बीच में आ जाए, और जब ऐसा होगा तो सन की जो मैक्सिमम, सन, जुपिटर और अर्थ तीनों एक लाइन में आ जाएंगे। इस कंडीशन को हम कहते हैं ऑपोजिशन, राइट? आई होप जिसको हिंदी में चीजें समझनी थी उन्हें समझ आ गया है, राइट? नाउ मूविंग अहेड, थोड़ा सा आगे चलते हैं। एंड एक बात मैं आप लोगों को और बताना चाहूंगा यहाँ पे। The next point which I want to make here is the moment at which Jupiter will be at opposition. At that moment, it will not be at the closest distance. Reason I am not going to tell you. You are free. आप ढूंढो reason. Let me know in the chat box about reason कि जब Jupiter opposition पे होगा उस टाइम वो closest नहीं होगा। वो closest आएगा exactly 5 घंटे के बाद। ओके, exactly 5 घंटे के बाद, राइट? क्यों आएगा? आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू टेल यू। ओके, नाउ हम चलते थोड़ा सा आगे, मैं स्टेज को हैंड ओवर करता हूँ मास्टर जसराज की तरफ, एंड आई होप जसराज के पास कुछ ऐसे क्वेश्चंस हो जो आप सबको डैजल कर सके, आप सबको बिजी कर सके, आप सब इंजॉय करें क्विज को, राइट? एंड जितने लोग जिनके पास बाइनोक्यूलर्स, टेलीस्कोप, इफ यू गाइस हैव बाइनोक्यूलर्स और टेलीस्कोप, इट्स द टाइम, टेक इट आउट। जुपिटर राइज होने वाला है या हो चुका है, राइट? फॉर दिल्ली जुपिटर राइज हो चुका है, 7 o'clock जुपिटर राइज हो चुका है, लेकिन वो अभी होराइजन के इतना पास है कि मैं चाह के भी आपको नहीं दिखा सकता। Okay, so we have to wait for some time to see the Jupiter, लेकिन हमें उससे पहले क्या करना है, जसराज के क्वेश्चंस के आंसर देने हैं। So जसराज, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so जसराज आ जाओ, put your first question on the screen. Okay, yes Jasraj, you can start.
Question number 1. Where is Jupiter? Option A, in the third orbit around the Sun. Option B, in the Kuiper belt. Option C, in Saturn's rings. Or option D, at the fifth orbit around the Sun.
Okay,
So it
guys,
would be.
remember one thing, जसराज के क्वेश्चन आपको जितने सिंपल लग सकते हैं, let me just give you an alert. Please read the question very carefully, okay? Please read the question very carefully, and the comment box is open. Jasraj, you have to wait for 1 minute, right? You have to wait for 1 minute. Answers आते हैं, then you tell them the answers, okay? Everyone, start answering in the comment box.
Time starts now. So remember, you will only get 1 minute, not even a second more than that, unless I miss it. In that case, I guess you can get a second more than that. Okay, here's a hint. It's not. It's a planet that's really big. Except I guess everyone knew that already, so it was a really bad hint. But it's still a hint. 30 seconds done. 30 seconds left. And your time is up. So I'm revealing the answer. No more other answers will count for this because you already know it when I click. And the correct option for D was D. Congratulations for everyone who gave that answer.
Okay,
So
Jasraj, do
a
you
lot
know?
of people gave that
Jasraj,
answer.
do you know? Maximum of them have given the correct answer. Maximum of them.
I
Right?
guess I did put the easiest one first, so like
Yes.
they all gave.
Seems like that. Seems like that. Come with the second question.
Question number 2. What is an opposition? Option A, when the Earth is between the Sun and a planet. Option B, when the Sun is between the Earth and a planet. Or option C, both of the above options can be considered as oppositions. Your time starts now. And again, remember this, all the questions will only have 1 minute. I guess most of you already might know it because this was in the presentation. Instead, it was the main thing the presentation focused on, kind of.
Jasraj, your camera seems off.
Cameras off.
Yes, we can't see you.
On my side, it's on.
Okay.
My side is on. Let me turn it off and on again. So is it on now?
Yes, it's on.
Okay, sir. And your time is up. I guess you
Okay,
got
Jasraj,
6 more minutes
Jasraj, wait.
extra.
Let me check that what people have answered about this. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so still the options are coming as the illusion. Okay, can you tell the correct answer for this?
Okay, sir. So option A was the correct answer
Yes,
because
very good.
option B is actually not an opposition.
Very good, Jasraj. See, everyone, see over here, I am getting a mixed response on this question. That's why I want to again clear up this point. See, in this question, two things are written. Okay, in this question, two things are written. Research, can you put the second question again? Can you put the second question again? What is an opposition? Everyone, see over here. See, when we talk about opposition, it has to be with respect to the Earth. Earth has to be in the center. Okay, so Earth is in between the Sun and the planet. That condition is going to be of the opposition. So correct answer for this is A. Very good. This side. Let's come up with the third question.
Okay, sir. Question number 3. Which is Jupiter's most well-known feature? Also, this comes down to everybody. Which feature is known by the most amount of people? Option A, its moons. Option B, its ring. Option C, the Great Red Spot. And option D, all the random storms. Your time starts now. I guess one of the options kind of obvious because no one really not many people even know that it exists. So I guess one of the options are obvious, making it easier for all of you.
Okay, so there can be a debate on this question, right? There
Yes,
can be a
sir.
debate on this question. So before Jasraj will answer, okay, once the Jasraj will answer this question, I'm going to ask a follow-up question on this.
But sir, I didn't make a follow-up. Question number 4 isn't a follow-up question.
I'll ask the follow-up question. Don't worry, Jasraj.
Yes, sir. And your time is up. So sir, should I reveal the answer?
Yes, tell the answer.
Yes, sir. It's the Great Red Spot.
Yes. So, Jasraj, any fact about Great Red Spot? Why it is so famous?
The Great Red Spot is actually the most well-known feature because, like, when people are first learning about Jupiter, the first thing they probably hear is the fact that Jupiter is the biggest planet and it's Great Red Spot.
Okay, very
The,
good.
the first thing, it's probably the first thing anyone hears about Jupiter. Those are the probably the first things. And when I think many people think it's its moons because like it has I think it has the most amount of moons in the solar system, but at most people like it's not really that much of a feature of Jupiter. It's just a thing that Jupiter has, and most people don't even know that Jupiter has like many moons. As some people don't know that Jupiter even has moons because like the the Earth's moon is only called moon. There's not really a specific name used by everybody.
Okay,
So like
so
that's why that's
let me
the
just
reason.
okay, just Raj, now let me put up my views on this, right? So yes, many of you are saying the answer A, many of you are saying the answer C, and yes, there can be a debate that what is the most well-known feature. Because if I talk about like astronomers, for them Jupiter's moon might hold an importance. Why? Because after observing, they were the first thing which were observed by the person who pointed the telescope at the sky for the first time, right? And those moons are known as Galilean moons, right? They can be the most well-known feature, but when we say feature of a particular planet, so that must be something which is connected with the planet. That is the great red spot, which is a huge storm. Okay, it's a huge storm which is going on Jupiter, right? And when it was discovered at that time, its size was almost equal to 3 Earth. Nowadays it is shrinking and size is reduced to almost 1 Earth. Right. Now let's move ahead. This Raj, next question. Shall we move on to next?
So
Yes, wait. This just wait for a second. One point is coming over here, sir. If I'm not wrong, Saturn has more moon than Jupiter. Definitely, you are not wrong. You are right that Saturn is having the most number of moon nowadays. That is 82 moons. Earlier, Jupiter had more moons. That is 79 moons. Now, Saturn has more moons. That is 82. Clear? Now, yes, this starts. Next question.
the next question. Question number 4. What is the first satellite to reach Jupiter? This
Okay,
might be a bit confusing one. Option A, Juno. Option B, Pioneer 10. Option C, Voyager 1. Option D, Voyager 2. I'm sure this will get a lot of wrong answers by many people because I planned this question to be hard.
let's see, just Raj. People might be smart too. You never know.
I planned this question to be harder than the a bit harder than the rest of the questions.
Aha.
That's why. That's what
Let's
I'm
see.
trying to
Let's
say
see.
here.
Let's see.
Because like many people might get confused in this. I think. I don't really know.
Let's see.
1 minute goes really slowly when you're trying to wait for it. Now that I think about, now that I know, while putting a timer all the time.
Okay, a lot of answers are coming. Such.
So
So just let me tell you
time.
what are the answers which are coming. Answers are Juno or Voyager 1. Few answers are Pioneer 10 and few answers are Voyager 2. That means all the answers are coming over here. Maximum answer are Pioneer 10 and Juno. So seems like there is a tie between Juno and Pioneer 10. Oh, now the Voyager one is in picture.
And the time is up. Sir, should I reveal the answer?
Yes, tell the answer.
So I knew it would get many people. That's why I put it here. Because like many people get
What is the
confused
answer?
between
Just
Pioneer
Raj,
10.
speak about the
So,
answer. What is the answer?
so the correct answer is Pioneer 10.
Pioneer 10. Right. So, in which year it went to Jupiter?
So I didn't really remember that because when I was searching upon this question, that was the first time I even heard about Pioneer 10. So I don't
Ah,
really know
okay.
much about
Okay,
it.
completely alright. So, guys, let me tell you, Pioneer 10 was a flyby mission that flew from nearby to the Jupiter, right? Collected some info, gave it back to us. Thus became the first spacecraft to reach near about Jupiter, right? Just touch. Shall we move on to next question?
So, question number 5. What is the rarest planetary event?
Okay, wait, Jasaj, wait for a second, okay? So, people, let me just tell you that what exactly Jasaj means by the term planetary event. Jasaj, show us the options.
So
Okay,
So can I?
now, yes, options are there on the screen. Now, when I talk about the planetary event, that means either the planets they are going to come near, or the planets they are going to align in a line, or the planets they are going to, like, one planet is going to hide another, or some planet is going to transit on the sun. So, in that sense, which is the rarest what is the rarest planetary event? What do you think? Now, I'm not like expecting much on this, but let's see who can get this question right. Is
Actually,
something
sir, now
related to
that
the
I
planet?
think about it, sir, three of the planetary events weren't even talked about in the presentation. So, like, this might be a bit hard.
Let's see. Let's see.
And the time starts now. I think many people might get this one, but many people might not get this one. That's the thing that I'm thinking about this question, as they weren't told about the most of the planetary events here. And your time. Oh, so can I reveal the answer?
Yes. Tell us about the answer.
The correct answer is the alignment of all solar system planets.
Very good. Now, what do you mean by this, Jasraj? Alignment of all solar system planets.
So what?
What do you mean by this? Means alignment in what sense? Are they going to come in a straight line?
Yes, sir. Like they're almost in a straight line or in a fully straight line, like that.
Okay. Great.
Because all planets have different orbital periods, this is a really rare event. I mean, the last one happened a really long time ago. The last
Wow.
one that happened.
That's great. Okay, now I'm getting some counter here over the last question that Galileo orbiter was the first one. So guys, please check the question. You can go back in the video and check the question again. The question was which spacecraft reached Jupiter. I didn't say which orbited Jupiter. Okay, there can be flyby missions as well, which can just go past the Jupiter, collect the info, and send it back to Earth. Galileo might be the first one to orbit the Jupiter. Okay, Tiny 10 was the first one to fly by. Okay, now Disraj, shall we move on to the next question? Question number 6. Because
Question number six
everyone
is
seems to be very much excited about all the questions. Very good. Just move on to next question, Disraj.
Question number six is who was the first person that's a typo. There's not a who first, that's just a typo. Who was the first person to observe Jupiter with a telescope and when? And the options are A 1610 Galileo Galilei, B 1940 Carl Sagan, C 280 Ptolemy, E 1523 Nicholas Copernicus. This question is also a bit easy, so like it might be easier for all of you because wait, one more.
It's okay, leave the typo.
No, sir, the answer, the tick mark just showed up on my screen. That's why I thought there was some bug. Your time starts now. Also, I think this is a bit obvious now that I think about it, because like everyone knows who like did that. I
Let's see,
I
let's
don't
see, let's see,
know.
let's see. Okay.
And your time is up. So, sir, I'm revealing the answer now.
Wait, wait, wait. Let
So the
everybody,
timer is
let everyone try this.
yes, sir.
Okay. So now I'm feeling very happy that I'm getting the correct answer over here. That's nice. That's nice. Now I guess everybody is correct and everyone knows that person so well. Yes, just please the answer. Tell us about what is the answer for this question.
The correct answer is A part 1610 Galileo Galilei because when he invented the telescope, then only he when and then he observed the Galileo moons, which are the first satellites of Jupiter that were discovered. Then, then only he observed Jupiter also with the telescope. That's why this is the correct answer.
Okay.
On to the next question. Question number 7
Okay,
is
wait. Desaj, wait. You stop your question over here and you stop sharing your screen once, please. I have something to show to everyone. So I would like to request my another team member to put on something for you on the screen, right? May I request Apoorv? Apoorv, please take on the screen once. Please share your screen and show us what you have got.
because your voice is a bit cutting.
Okay. Now everyone, look over here on the screen. Can you all see a dot? Can you all see a dot on the screen? Can you all
Yes,
see
sir.
a dot on the screen? And that dot on the screen, you guys won't believe what is that. Anyone who would like to make a guess? No one
Sir,
from
can I
the
make a
team who is
guess?
sitting over here. No one from the team who is sitting over here. Right? I just want the guesses from the people who are there. This is actually the live view of something which is out in the sky. And this is the view from the sky, live view. Okay.
Sir, what's that dot?
Yes, that's what I want to ask from everybody. What is that dot?
It actually looked like some sort of star. That's
Looking
why
like some
I
sort of star, Jasra. Just wait for some time. Just
yes,
wait
sir.
for some time. Okay. So, anybody tell me, okay, let me just reveal this. What exactly is this without wasting much time? Right. So, this is actually the morning and the evening planet. Morning and the evening star. Sorry, my bad. Okay, which is the morning and the evening star that we can look out in the sky? That is planet number two, Venus. And yes, this is the
Sir,
planet Venus from a telescope, a setup. Okay, that is being shown to us from one of the team members of Space India. Right now, Venus is in gibbous phase. You all can very well see this gibbous phase from over here. So
excuse me,
bright, so
sir.
bright. Right, this is planet Venus on
Sir,
your
at one
screen.
point I was beginning
Okay,
to think that's Jupiter.
no,
Then
this
I was
is not
confused why it
Jupiter.
was so
Don't worry,
glowing.
don't worry. Jupiter is at its best view, so Jupiter won't look like this. Right, at its best,
Yes, sir.
Jupiter won't look like this. This was planet Venus. Okay, so now I hope you all have seen the Venus. Now I hope you all can see the Venus with more clarity. a little bit zoomed view. I guess the gibbous view is visible to all of you. You all can see this gibbous part of the Venus, right? This is the
But the
planet
only
Venus.
thing
Now,
that's
anyone who
distracting,
are in the balcony or somewhere in looking in the western direction, okay, right now this planet Venus is in the western direction, about to set in some time. Okay, about to set in some time here. So this is planet Venus, the first object that we have seen right now in the sky. Don't worry guys, शाम को अभी start हुई है, right? Observation अभी start हुई है, आना बाकी है अभी जुपिटर को, right? So we are waiting for Jupiter. Still we have some questions left in the quiz, right? You guys enjoy the view of Venus. This is not Jupiter, this is Venus, this is Venus, right? Tell me how many of you are seeing the Venus for the very first time. Tell me how many of you are seeing the Venus for the very first time. And anyone who is near the window and is able to see the western side of your sky, please look outside the window. Look towards the western side. You will find a bright star, that bright star on the screen and that bright star out in the sky. Both of them are same. One is Venus with a camera set up by Mr. Apu from Space Team, and one Venus which is out there that you can see with your naked eye. Very good, very good, very good. Looks like sun. No, this is not sun. If this would have been the sun, it would look like an orange color with the filter. Okay, so this is the planet Venus with. Right now, Venus is almost 76.8% part of the Venus is visible. That means it is in the gibbous phase. I hope you all are able to see that it is not the complete circle. It is looking like a distorted circle. I hope you are able to distinguish, to figure out this distortion in the circle. I hope you are able to find, to figure out this gibbous phase of the Venus. Right? So you guys enjoy the view of the Venus for a minute more, and then we'll move on to our next question. Okay, next question of the quiz. So just Raj, meanwhile you set up for your next question. Okay, those
yes, sir.
who are at their home want to see the Venus, just look out towards the western side. You will look, you will see a very bright dot which will be about to set. Okay, that will be Venus. Now, anyone who is not having any idea that where exactly the west is, you can still see some orangish glare of the sunset, right? That side is the west. Look on that side. Look on that side, you will find a bright dot. Don't worry if it is cloudy for your side, don't worry. Look here. Look in the western direction. Okay, so thank you, Apurv. Now I would like you to stop sharing your screen and let's come back again to quiz.
I'm sharing the screen. Question number 7. What is the current size of the Great Red Spot? Option A, 4 Earths. Option B, 2 Earths. Option C, 1.5 Earths. Option D, none of the above. Also, also remember that I'm asking in this question is asking for the current size, not the size that was there before. the first time when we observed the great red spot. Because I think back then it was something a big size. I don't really remember it. And if I did, then also I can't tell it because then it will give you all a hint. But remember that that one isn't the correct answer. Your time starts now. The time is up. So, sir, can I reveal the answer?
Let's wait. Yes, now you reveal the answer.
The correct answer is 1.5 Earths. It's not really one Earth or 2 Earths. That's why, like, it's in 1.5. Four
Okay,
Earths.
this
I
Raj,
guess that part was
this
obvious.
Raj, wait. Let me give you a current update on this, right? So now those who have given the answer as 1 Earth, they are also correct. 1.5 Earth, they are also correct, right? Because size has even reduced, little less than, it's less than 1.5 Earth. Okay, it is keep on shrinking, right, Jasraj? And
Yes, sir.
how we got to know? Let me tell you this thing also, because few of the astronomers have clicked the photograph of Jupiter few days ago and did some calculation onto it, right, and figured out that Great Red Spot has further shrinked. Okay, now, uh,
Mostly because
so
when a
yes,
storm keeps spinning, it keeps on shrinking because when a storm keeps on like spinning, the the amount of energy, the amount of kinetic energy it has slows down. So like the gas that was on the outer layers gets like flung away. That's why it just like gets smaller and smaller each time. I
okay, very
think
nice,
that's the
Jasraj.
reason.
Okay, now, before Jasraj, you move ahead with any other question, I just want to take the feedback from everyone that are you guys enjoying this session or not? Are you guys enjoying this session or not? Say yes or no in the chat box. Are you guys enjoying the quiz? Are you guys enjoying the observation? Say yes or no. And yes, do you seek for these kind of opportunities where you can come online and become a host for the event, like conduct the event at national or maybe international level? You guys seek for these kinds of opportunities, then do come with us, join the iAstronomer Space Astronomy Club, right? And come with us in the journey. Clear? So, Jasraj, let's
Yes, sir.
move on. Okay, let's
Okay.
move on and ask the question number 8.
Question number 8. When was Jupiter formed? Option A, yesterday. Option B, 3.5 billion years ago. Option C, 35 million years ago. Option D, 4.5 billion years ago. Your time starts now. And also, there are really like three options because like all of us know that Jupiter
No,
wasn't
Jasraj,
formed
no, no, no,
yesterday.
no, no, no. No need to tell anything.
Yes, I was just telling that I put
No,
the
no
option
need.
A for
Let it
rules
be.
because like we all
Let it be. Let somebody answer it's yesterday.
listen. Also, when I
Okay.
was
Now,
asking this question, I meant like the average time when it was like there,
okay.
when it
Now
was
let me give a hint to everybody, right? So the hint is very simple. that Jupiter is also the oldest planet in the solar system. Okay, Jupiter is the oldest planet. Here, I'm not telling you how old.
Sir, that if I was attending the quiz, I don't think that was like a useful hint.
Ah,
It was like the hints that I give, which were not really good because
see,
like all the planets formed basically at the same time. Just Jupiter formed earlier than the others.
that means I am right at my point.
Yes, sir, but it wasn't really that useful. Like
It's okay.
for some people, might have been useful.
Let's see, but do you know, Jasraj? Maximum of the people are giving the correct answer to this question, and I think now it's the time to reveal the answer to this question. Is the answer?
Yes, sir. So the correct answer is 4.5 billion years ago. Because if it formed 35 million years ago, by that time the dinosaurs was long gone, and everyone knows that, like, I think everyone knows that the dinosaurs were way younger than Jupiter, and 3.5 billion years ago, it is close kind of, but it isn't because like it formed 4.5 billion years ago, and yesterday yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about that.
Okay, very good, very good. So next question. Yes,
Question
ask
number
the
9.
question. Or maybe
What
wait, Jasraj, wait. Let people read out the question themselves. Just put the question on the screen. Let the question be there on the screen. Just put on the four options. Put on the four options.
okay,
Hydrogen,
because this
iron, both
question
of
is like
above,
a
none
tricky.
of them. Don't read out the question, just write. Only the four options. Hydrogen, iron, both of above, and none of them. Let's
And
see,
maybe
let's see.
the wait,
Okay, Jasraj.
sir, should I reveal the answer?
Yes.
So the correct answer is iron because there's not really any iron in Jupiter. That's why the correct one is that. Because of this little Easter egg that everyone noticed. I tried to make it small and visible at the same time, but I made it too big.
It's okay. Now, so Jasraj, how many questions we are left with in the quiz?
So there's just this last
Okay,
one.
wait. Now don't bring the question on the screen. Don't bring the question on the screen. Okay. So it's like many of you have answered all the nine questions correctly on the screen, right? And I congratulate all of you, those who have given the correct answer. That's very nice of you. That you guys are like many of you might be related to the astronomy, many of you might be the part of Astronomy Club, many of you might have attended the camps with us, many of you might be the part of iAstronomer Club, many of you might be just joining here to gain some knowledge, right? But a very nice participation. I'm extremely happy, right? And just now I have got a weather update, and the weather update is it's not a it's not a very good news, a little sad news, just like every other celestial event. This time also, there are some clouds. They're still hoping for the best. Okay, let's not leave the hope till last moment. So we are still hoping that we might get a view or something. Okay, but let me tell you, there are clouds out there, and the weather, it's Again, clouds are out there, and just like every other celestial event, maybe we might not get the view of Jupiter, but let's not lose our hope. Right? Let's wait for the best. And yes, let me tell you one thing. Today is not the only day when you will be getting the best view of Jupiter. Just can you stop sharing your screen once? Let me just add on few
Sir,
facts over here. Okay,
sir, pause it.
stop sharing your screen once. Great.
Sir, police stop
So
it.
now let me share a few facts over here. So the few facts are like, if you are, let's say by chance you don't get to observe the Jupiter today, don't worry. Observe it within like next 1 week, 2 week. Jupiter will be at the same illumination, that is at 100% illumination, and you will still be getting the best view. Okay, now you will say, sir, then what is the importance of today's day? What is the importance of opposition? So, opposition is the day when you get the best view, the best. Okay, but it's few days after that or few days before that, you can observe the Jupiter in a very good manner, about nearly about 100% of illumination. That means the complete face. Nowadays, many interesting events are going on the Jupiter. Means many of the moons they are eclipsing. They are like they are casting their shadow on the Jupiter. This is a common phenomenon, but right now the activity is more. Okay, because of the alignment of the Jupiter's moon. Now, one more thing, few days back there was Saturn opposition. We did a webinar on that as well, right? Nowadays also Saturn is all again at the 100% illumination, right? So you can view Saturn too. Maybe not today, but some other day. Okay, just take out that what is the weather condition at your respective location. In Delhi, right now it seems to be very much cloudy. Okay, but it may be clear at your end. Oppositions are also the very good opportunity to photograph these planets because you might get the maximum features. If you know photography, if you have a DSLR camera, how you can connect it, simple and the easy way is take the DSLR camera, remove the lens, okay, put on the there's a connector, okay, that is known as T-ring and T-mount. Put it on that, connect it with the telescope, right? And you can focus it onto the Jupiter, click the pictures. If you do not have that, don't worry, you can simply click it with the help of mobile phone too, using a mobile phone adapter with the telescope. Okay, if you wish just to observe them, take out your telescopes or a pair of binoculars, see those giant planets. Okay, and maybe some of you might be interested in sketching as well. Yes, so if you are an artist, so astronomers do also sketch. So you can sketch the Jupiter as well. One more kind of experiment, or you can say one more kind of study that you can do with the Jupiter at the time of opposition is, if you have a telescope or a binocular, observe Jupiter almost daily for like a month or two. Okay, within a time span of 2 to 3 days, you will observe one thing. That one thing will be that today, as I said, Jupiter will come closer to us. So you will observe one thing, that after the opposition, when it will again start going away from us, its size will start getting smaller and smaller. Okay, now where to look for Jupiter? Nowadays, Jupiter is in Capricornus constellation. For people who are living in Delhi, it is rising around 7:15 in at this time, right? At your place, you can look out for the rising and the setting time of the Jupiter. Very easy. Check out for any sky map application. You can use Stellarium as well, right? And check out for the rising and setting time of the planets. Do the observation. Yes, one more thing. If you are interested in learning astronomy, do come, do come join us in the journey. And the name of the journey is iAstronomer Space Astronomy Club. How to join? Visit learn.space-india.com, the only website for that. Do enroll yourself. Come get these kind of platforms. Okay, come, we'll do all kinds of interaction over there related to astronomy. Okay, that too related to astronomy. Right now, let me just move on to the last question from the side of Jasraj, and let me check the weather once. Okay, let me get an update about the weather, that do we have something in the sky or not. Meanwhile, Jasraj, you share the last question for our viewers.
So, question number 10. Why is Jupiter not a star of its own? One minute, sir. 1 minute, sir. It's glitchy. Option. Sir, 1 minute. The text immediately.
It's okay. So,
Option A. It's too small to trigger fusion reactions. Option B. It doesn't have hydrogen. Option C. There can't be two stars in one system. Option D. It chose to be a planet. The time starts now. Also remember that this is the final question. So and I made sure that it was a bit harder than the other questions. The easy bit harder. Because it kind of requires you to have a bit knowledge of physics to get the answer. So it's not really astronomy in the full way that most people expect it to be, but it is. Halfway done into the end. And the answer will be revealed in 3, 2, 1. So the time is done. So can I reveal the answer now?
yes.
The answer is option A, that it's too small to trigger any sort of fusion reactions because it doesn't have enough gravity like the sun. Because first of all, it has a lot of hydrogen, and there are many star systems with 2 or more stars, and planets don't even get it, and no, they can't choose to be a planet or to be a star. So this was the final question. How many people got the answer correct?
Okay, so let me just check on the response. Many of them got the answer correct, but it's completely alright, Jasraj. Why they have got the answer correct? I know the reason, you also know the reason, but let it be. Okay, thank you, Jasraj, for such a wonderful quiz. Right? Now, you please stop sharing the screen.
Also, sir, I want to give everyone one message to rate my pixel art. I know I didn't spend that much effort in it, and also I'm not really that good at drawing, but please rate it. I took a lot of time to make it.
Okay, very nice. Well applauded. Okay, now, Jasraj, so thank you for asking us question, and now I want every one of you to turn on your cameras, Tanisha, Jasraj, Arshia, right? Why I want you guys to turn on the camera, because you three were the superstars of the night. Okay, one more member was there, so I want every one of us to share the screen. Right. So we all are here on the screen. Now, first of all, huge round of applause for all three of you. Tanisha, well done. Arshia, well done. And Jasraj, well done with your work of the quiz. And nice information. I hope you three enjoyed too. You guys enjoyed?
Yes, sir, we enjoyed a
Yes,
lot,
sir.
and
Yes,
people were
sir, we
And
enjoyed a
also,
actively
sir,
lot.
I wanted to
participating
get
as well.
as many.
Okay.
Excuse
Okay.
me,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Wait. Let me take the same question from the people from our audience as well. Okay, so audience, it's a question from you. Have you guys enjoyed, learned something new? I hope you guys understood got to know about the opposition, what exactly Jupiter opposition does mean. And yes, I told you to show you the Jupiter, but to our bad luck, the clouds are out there. And yes, the worst nightmare which can be for any astronomer is that they move out on the night of any celestial event, right? And they get the clear sky. Okay, they get the clouded sky. That is the
So,
worst nightmare, but that happens every time whenever you goes out. And it's like telescope should be the astronomer's companion, but this time the clouds are. So sorry, we cannot show you the live Jupiter. And we have to end up the webinar over here. Once again, I want to end up the webinar with two statements. One, happy Jupiter opposition. If you get the chance from your skies, do look at the giant planet at its best. And the second message for you all is I really enjoyed interacting with you guys. I hope I have answered all the questions which come up on the screen too. Okay, and you guys have learned about opposition. Moreover, if you're interested to join any astronomy community, right, then do join iAstronomer. Website is learn.space-india.com, and we at Space India will come again with another few many more webinars. Okay, till next time, goodbye everyone, good night, and happy Jupiter
bye
opposition once
everyone.
again. Bye everyone.